men's mental health. Are you a man out there? Do you know that men go through a lot? And if men go through a lot, where do they go? The world perceives men as strong weapons or as strong creatures that should not seek help, most especially when they are going through mental health. In this case, we want to dispute this analogy and say that men too can have where to go, most especially when they are going through a lot of mental health. Men cry, men suffer, men go through a lot than what the world cannot see. But when they go through this, how do we manage to triumph over these challenges that we face, that the world doesn't want to accept that a man go through them? Together with me is Jude Gumoshabe. He's a specialist. I would call him a specialist in mental health. He has come out to defend the man. He has come out to tell that a man can seek help. You, the man who is out there and you're going through tough times, is here to listen to you. And today, listen to Jude Gumoshabe. You're most welcome, my brother.
Thank you, Brian.
It's my pleasure hosting you today, having you in my podcast on a critical point.
Yeah.
That is rare. And why do I say rare? I have not seen anywhere men go solve their problems. They either end into jail, into drugs, into acts of violence, and other acts that the world does not expect. Tell us, what is mental health for men?
Thank you, Brian, for having me. I'm really glad to be here so that I can add on other voices that are out there advocating for the man, especially in terms of their mental health and mental well-being. First of all, not to go any further, what is mental health? I think this is where we get a challenge from different people, even others who may not know what mental health is all about. Out there, social media, newspapers, people are talking about mental health. But what is mental health? If I'm to define mental health in simple terms, this is how we think, this is how we feel, and this is how we behave and socialize with others in the community. As simple as that. And on this planet, it's not that thinking is meant for a man alone. Thinking is meant for a woman alone. Thinking is meant for a child. No. Thinking cuts across all genders. Whatever age you're at, you can think. Whatever age you're at, you can feel. Whatever your age you're at, you can socialize with others. So, to demystify what you have been talking about, that men are strong, men can take it all in and don't feel anything, that is very wrong. And that is why we have come out to create spaces where men can go to and get the help they need, not to keep to themselves, not to suppress those emotions, but to come out and talk to us and share and talk about whatever they are going through without any judgment, without anything that will say you are vulnerable. Because when somebody comes out and says, Brian, you know what? I'm not okay. That is not a sign of weakness. That is a sign of strength. So that's why we are here to come out and say, for a man, it is okay to come out and tell me, it is okay to come and share with Brian and tell him, Brian, I'm not okay and I need help. It is okay for any man out there to say that. There is no one who is going to stop you, and no one will look at you as if you are weak. So basically, that's what I can talk about mental health as we continue progressing with this discussion.
When we talk about men's mental health, do men move forward in your own spaces? At what percentage of men to women, I know women move forward and speak that I'm going through suffering. Are you finding it easy for a man to walk to you and say, I am not well? And if men have come to you, probably you would also tell us, commonly, men who have come out to say, I am not well, in what category are they? In what areas do you think is taking up the biggest percentage of where men are actually coming out to speak out?
There are very many areas that I can talk of where men are struggling. It's not one area. It's not the emotional bit, it's not the psychological bit, and it is not the social bit. They are struggling across. Talk about finances, talk about a father who cannot even have a relationship with their child. Talk about a father who is not able to put food on the table. Talk about a father who is being beaten in the house by the wife. Talk about a father who doesn't know what to add on tomorrow. Debts are killing him, business is slow. Those are different areas where men are struggling, and all they need is to reach out to someone and share with them, other than suppressing everything, the emotions, the feelings that they have, and they end up cracking and breaking down at the end of the day. So to talk to you about areas, I'll be lying to you if I say that it is one area where men are struggling. No. Men are struggling in very many areas. And it is high time we came up, we who have at least become aware of what is going on, especially within ourselves, and say it is okay. You can talk, you can share, and you can get all the help that you need.
Yes. Jude, when you come to this, I'd want to use two examples that where the world, especially in Uganda, people could not imagine that a whole bishop could come out to speak the suffering he was going through in his own family. On the side of the bishop, we've seen a professor, a whole professor who is above 75 years, a professor who is rich, a professor who has been there. He chose to come up and speak and say, I married this wife and I've gone through a lot of torture. And good enough, I've been close to this professor. Where do you see the men coming out, even when they have big status, their status in society is big, coming out to speak about their plight, their challenges, that they are being tortured?
Because, guys, it's not about the status you're at. When you're breaking down, you're breaking down. As simple as that. And the challenge is world over. Cultural norms and beliefs have always told us that a man has to be strong, that a man has to be self-reliant, that a man has to manage their emotions. And the truth is, that is not true. And that is not right. Things that we have grown up seeing, things that we have grown up in, like, for example, myself, I grew up in a home where I was told that a boy does not cry. But do you know what is involved in those tears? It is 98% water. And the 2% are the chemicals of stress and other hormones. Tears are for everyone. So now, that means that if you do not release those tears, you're going to keep them inside. And at a later date, they will come out. They will come out in anger. They will come out in a lot of unforgiveness. They come out in outbursts to others. They will come out in physical fighting. But now, if somebody who is 75 has come out to say, guys, I've been married for all this long time, and I have been living in a lot of violence. The reason why they didn't speak then is because he was being limited by the cultural beliefs. A man is not supposed to say that I am like this, because they are going to look at him as if he's a weakling. How do you tell somebody that my wife is beating me? How do you tell someone that I am struggling in this kind of way. You're a man, and a man is supposed to be strong. But that is the belief that we are here to change. That is the narrative that we are here to change and tell the man out there that you are a human being. Before you're a man, you're a human being. And all human beings have emotions. All human beings have feelings. All human beings get angry. All human beings can have a right to share whatever they are going through.
Yes.
There is nowhere it is written that a man is not supposed to cry.
Yeah.
Crying is a relief. It relieves each and every one of us here.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come out and say, I'm not well, that is not a sign of weakness. And it is high time we started looking at that as human beings, not as men, as human beings, and look at him and say, true, you're not well. And that is not weakness, that is strength,
Yeah.
that is courage.
Yeah. I've always seen, I mean, I've got people who have come to consult me as an individual, and somebody comes in front of you and breaks down. Of course, my own way of doing things is that when somebody is in front of you and breaks down, you let them cry until when they finish. Because crying is a relief. It's part of therapy that somebody is breaking down and they are offloading themselves something that has been paining them. When we talk about the prominency, the status, we know many men, as we're speaking today, many men are in the houses, are actually suffering emotionally. And that's why some of them, their companies are not performing well because he fails to take a decision right in home. There are men who fear to come up and divorce. I'd want us to talk about divorce because there's a lot of intimate, suffering that comes in, intimate violence that I spoke in my last podcast with Adri. He was talking about the intimate violence men face. Okay. And then until when a man takes action, he's judged out there that look, the man took up another wife.
Yeah.
He gave birth to another child. He gave birth to someone else. But this man could not come up tell the public that, look, I've been with my wife and we've not had conjugal rights for the past 3-4 years. And I had to take a decision to move out. But I could not open up and tell the world of what I'm facing. In this scenario, as the person who handles the men, a man who is watching today and is going through all that situation, what remedy do you give them? I know there are those who have not moved to get other wives, secretly or openly, but he's going through that. And in quotes, others, I'm a good Christian, where I don't want to be judged. A man who is going through this and he even fears to speak out, how does he handle such a situation?
You see, Brian, you've talked of very many things
In one thing.
in one thing.
Yes.
And that it may not be hard to explain to you,
Yeah.
but it is simple. When you are going out to look for your wife,
Yes.
did you call the public?
Yes.
That is number one.
Yes.
Number two, if you're suffering in your home, who do you think is going to help you? The wife beating, you know.
Yeah.
The children are always on the side of the mother.
Sure.
So from there, who is going to help you? It is up to you now to look out for these platforms.
Yeah.
There are very many. I have colleagues who have been in this for a long time, but because such kinds of information are not given enough attention, it is high time we came out as men to say, look, I'm not doing well.
Yeah.
Where can I go and I get help? Can I call Brian and ask him? Going back to the issue of somebody coming in front of you and breaking down.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize, somebody breaking down in front of you is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
It is a sign of strength that they have realized whatever they've been going through, they cannot handle it alone.
Yeah.
You're inside that house, you're inside that bungalow, you're suffering. You cannot handle it alone. And you're not the first one to go through that.
Yeah.
And it is okay to come out and share. There are people who are willing to help, non-judgmental, present in your problems. One thing I want to talk to you about uh, this issue of men, Brian, is men, we don't need much. The sessions I've had with men, I've not had a long time with men.
Yeah.
All a man wants is you to be present and to listen to his story.
Yeah.
When they pour out and you show them a different perspective of looking at things, of looking at life, it is enough for them to say, hey, I've been dying in my own house when I can do this and this.
Yeah.
The challenge comes from those who want to go and take on different coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
The ones that you talked about. I'm suffering in my own house. Let me go out and I get another wife.
Yeah.
Let me go out and I get another woman. Let me go out and I drink myself sleep. Now those are bad habits. Those are bad coping mechanisms
Yeah.
that are going now to bring in more problems more than you have been having. So all you need to know, if you're in a house and you are struggling, if you're there at work, because I can tell you this, you cannot come out of a home when you're stressed and you go to work and think that you're going to be productive. You cannot be productive when you're at work. So the decisions you are talking about will not be made.
Yeah.
What will happen to the company? It will also break down. You're breaking down in your home, you're breaking down at the company.
Yeah.
So what will happen to your life? But it is a simple answer. Seeking help is not bad. Seeking help for a man is not a weakness.
Yeah.
People are there to help you. Come out and share, and no one is going to look at you and judge you and say, this man has been beaten by their wife. I've had men who have come to me who are struggling with their wives inside their homes, and they are being stepped over.
Yeah.
But after them sharing, there is no greater feeling, Brian, like seeing a man who has come to you when they are feeling down,
Yeah.
and after 2-3 days, they call you and tell you, Jude, you know what? I'm feeling lively. That's what I was talking about. Men do not need much. All they need is a listening ear, somebody who is present, so that you can have that conversation. They can pour out whatever they are feeling. And when it is out,
Yeah.
that man, I can tell you, he will change your company. He will bring results in your company. He will act better than how he has been acting relationship-wise, because he has been feeling things he wasn't supposed to be feeling. So now that they are not there anymore, he's going to perform perfectly in all spheres of his life.
Yes. Do you see changes in companies that they're also considering putting up departments to help the men in those companies? Because we've already seen most companies minding a lot on the women's side, because they know women go through their cycle, women go through, giving birth. Yes, much as we have what we call, is it the paternity leave?
Yeah, paternity
The
leave.
paternity leave, but do men also be on leave? Because many men have said they're on paternity leave, they're given 2-3 months or what? 1 month.
I doubt.
Do the men keep on the paternity leave? I think our viewers will be able to tell us if their husbands have actually utilized the paternity leave, because even most others, the company gives you paternity leave, but the man is never home. Still, he will choose to go out somewhere. Yes.
The men I've encountered, of course, they have shared what they do in their companies, in where they are employed, but the space hasn't yet been created.
Yeah.
Most of the space that is being created is for women.
Yeah.
And even it's not to do with mental health. It's about maternity leave and all that.
Yeah.
to address that issue of creating spaces for mental health, both for women and men, which is important for any organization, will be great for the productivity of your employees, will be great for them to even come out of their work and go back to their homes when they are fully happy and well knowing that I'm going back to work and there is no much stress.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, I haven't encountered many that have talked about spaces being created in workplaces,
Yeah.
but I can tell you there are some organizations who are trying to introduce mental well-being, especially trainings, especially workouts,
Yeah.
especially simple tools that they are using to improve on the well-being of their employees. There are some few organizations that are trying to do that, but all I can tell you is that it is not enough.
Yeah.
Going for exercise as a company is okay.
Yeah.
Going for outings
Yeah.
as a company is okay.
Yeah.
But
Team
that is
building.
good for team building.
Yeah.
But it is not good for your mental health.
Yeah.
Mental health covers a lot of things. Like I told you, the psychological, the emotional, and the social well-being. So all you need to do is create a holistic approach on how to handle your employees. Create spaces where you have somebody who they can come and talk to. Because at the end of the day, they need psychological assessments
Yeah.
to see whether they are performing or not. So now it is up to the organizations to create those spaces where they can say, you come here and you get the help. In developed countries, they have those spaces. I don't know whether in our country here yet we have some,
Yeah.
which I highly doubt, because even the policies that are being made,
Yeah.
they are being made of recent in regards to mental health.
Yeah.
So nothing much has been created to enforce organizations to create those spaces for their employees.
Wow. Yeah. When we look at, I'm going to give you different challenges,
Yeah.
and I would want you to see how you address them.
Yeah.
In most people in the corporate world, because of their positions, I'd want to show that so many men are going there. Many men are out there suffering this.
Yeah.
If there are issues at the home, the wife is always using the position of this man to threaten him.
Yeah.
Because any problems that they get, because of his position, he fears to speak out.
Yeah.
Because he leads a lot of people who respect him. He's a no-nonsense at work.
Yeah.
He's a great performer, but deep down, he's suffering because just one individual, the wife he married at home, who is threatening him to go to the human resource and spill the beans or go into social media or newspapers to spill out a mistake that the man did at home. A man who is watching now and is going through these tough times, what do you advise them?
First of all, that's a great scenario,
Yeah.
which I may not have encountered, but I can expound on it.
Yes.
And very many men are struggling when it comes to that.
Yes.
In good positions, but they have conflict at home.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you have to look at yourself, not the position you're holding.
Yes.
You have to look at your whole well-being in relation to the position you're holding.
Yeah.
The man, I would advise them right now to seek help, because some of those things can be handled in courts of law. But when it comes to your own mental health, you're being stressed by your own wife,
Yeah.
you need help.
Yeah.
You need to reach out. You don't, it is always confidential.
Yeah.
When Brian, you come to my office and tell me, Judah, I'm going through this and this and this, how will you be able to help me? I will not go out there because I'm bound by the rules, I'm bound by the ethics of a clinical psychologist, because I am a clinical psychologist in training. I'm bound not to say anything to anyone. So my conversation with you is confidential. So all you need is to come out and seek another view, another perspective on how to handle certain issues. I'm not saying that come out and we record something and we play it out. No, you're coming to be helped on how to resolve something that is emotional, something that is psychological, that is making your work hard at your workplace. So it is up to you. It is up to that man who is struggling in that kind of way to realize or to see, because we are lucky, we are in a digital world. These messages are always out there. You can reach out to anyone. I know, Brian, you have numbers running down the YouTube channel. So you can reach out to Brian. You can reach out to me and tell me, I'm going through this and this and this. How can I see you? How can I be helped? And you come, we have that conversation. We'll journey together and we will get out a result on how to go about whatever you're going through. And it will be perfect for you to solve the problems that you have at home and at work.
Have you been approached by women coming in to say, my husband is struggling, we need to meet my husband to resolve certain matters?
Of course they have.
Yes.
But you see, when it comes to couples, when it comes to marriage, it is always tricky. You can't just jump out of there and you say, hey,
Bravo,
Christine or Brian reached out to me.
You have this problem.
You have this problem.
Yes.
Who are you to ask me like that? But
that's the ego of men, you know.
That's the ego.
That's the ego of men, because the wife may be trying to improve the life of the husband and shares it with you to reach out to the husband and help him. But I think what you get is retaliation from the men.
That happens all the time.
So that brings out our ego as men.
Because always men don't want to be told what to do.
Yes.
If you want to do something, Brian, you want to initiate it.
Yes.
If you want to see a therapist, if you want to see a counselor, you want to be the one to initiate it. Not your wife's going to the counselor and giving them your contact and you say, call Brian and ask him what he's going through. Yes, I've been approached by mothers who are trying to help their sons. That is okay, especially when the son is willing. And in scenarios where the husband is willing, that would be the perfect way to handle that.
Well, men, we have a lot of issues.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Now, among the issues I've seen in men, there's another issue, and this issue is about drugs. I've realized that many men are using drugs behind their wives, and the drugs are taking a toll on the family. How have you managed to, if among the men you've handled, there are those who are actually affected by drugs, and they secretly come and tell you that I am taking drugs that my wife is not aware? Have you encountered such?
So to answer your question about men struggling with substance use, it's becoming too much, especially for married men. Of course, now I'll have to first talk about married men, then we go to the youth. But going back to all the things that we have been talking about, struggles at home, struggles at work, struggles that are emotional, these are things that drive men to go and search for something that will cover that deep hole that they have inside. So some cover it with the alcohol. If you're struggling at home, you end up running out of the home to go to the bar. Unfortunately, some are taking on substances. They are using marijuana. They are using cocaine. They are using these other. There are very many substances that are on market, but for a normal man, if I said I want them, I will not get them.
Yes.
But for somebody who is looking for a particular substance,
Yes.
they are going to get it. And it is one way for them to cope, but in them coping, they end up now taking on other issues like addiction. Now they become hooked to the drugs.
Yeah.
Now when you're hooked to the drug, you are done completely, because your normal way of living has to change. Now you have to depend on that drug to continue living. You have to depend on that drug to work.
Yes.
You have to depend on that work to perform all the duties that you have to perform in a home, at work, everywhere you go, even in social settings.
Yeah.
But I have to stress this. You're a man, you're out there and you're struggling. You don't need to depend on drugs to go back home and see your wife and say, this has been going on.
Yeah.
Why don't you change? You don't need a drug to enhance yourself to do that.
Yeah.
You need help. There is help that can be offered to you.
Yeah.
Just reach out. That is all I can tell the man that is struggling both at home and at work.
Yeah. So, can we relate mental health, the too much mental health issues
Yeah.
that are coming up in men?
Mm.
Should we put 60% blame on the poverty levels? Do you think the poverty levels have contributed a lot of mental health issues?
In as much as financial strain and income instability is part of the social determinants of poor mental health in
Yeah.
men, there are other determinants.
Yeah.
Like we had talked earlier on, there are cultural norms,
Yeah.
there are social networks that men do not have. You end up isolating yourself.
Yeah.
Because you have no one to depend on.
Yeah.
There is workplace stress that is killing many of them.
Yeah.
Of course, like you've talked about finances, there is a lot of unemployment in our country.
Yeah.
Most men are in informal employment, which informal employment, is not stable.
Yeah.
So for any man who does not have any money in their pockets, they feel they are inadequate.
Yeah.
So that inadequacy causes a lot of low self-esteem. They feel they have no identity. They
Yeah.
feel they have no value, which leads them to being depressed,
Yeah.
which brings on anxiety, which leads them now to coping in funny ways: alcohol abuse, sexual immorality, substance uses. So poverty, yes, plays a big role in the men's mental health, but it is not the only thing that brings about the stresses, the challenges in their lives.
Wow. Yeah. When we connect back a bit and let's talk about the middle class.
Yeah.
Mental health in the middle class is actually becoming a bigger problem. When we talk about the middle class, this is where most people have gone to school. They are the most who are affected
Yeah.
with mental issues, mental health issues. The well-to-do family. When I talk about well-to-do family, okay, went to school, wife went to school, husband went to school, their child goes to a good school. That class of men suffers more of these challenges than the ordinary man who has no stress or less stress. What do you think is commonly causing all these, challenges in our day-to-day young men of 30, 35, 40, 45, actually below 60 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's that's a very good question, Brian. And it is unfortunate. People who are doing well
Yes.
are the ones who are dying inside.
Yeah.
Because of the need to show off, because of the need to tell the world that I've reached there. because of the need of that instant gratification. Because they are the ones who can access these things. They are the ones that can access these good phones. They are the ones that can access the drugs. They are the ones that can access the money, the internet, everything. Go to these big mansions, big homes around. They are all hooked on the internet. And where do the problems come from? They come from home. You have bought for your child a phone. A 2-year-old, a 3-year-old has a phone.
5, 7, 10.
A teen has a phone. The mother has a phone. The father has a phone. The father is never in the house most times because they have the money. They are out there enjoying. The mother is on her phone. The teen is on her phone. The baby is on the phone. What is going to happen in that home? The father will come back, will find there is no food. Okay, he may not want the food, but there are things that are not organized. Because if everyone is on their phones in a home, what will happen? Nothing will happen. They will all depend on the maid. Or they will all order out. But how long is that going to take place? So the thing that happens in those homes is they have everything on their fingerprints. So they forget about the outside world. Now, when you have everything on your fingerprints, when you have everything on your phone, comparison creeps in. This one brought in a new phone. This one brought in a new car. I have to bring a new car. This one has bought a new dress. I have to bring a new dress. So when you don't get what you want at that moment, there will be an imbalance in your emotions. There will be an imbalance in your thinking. You're not getting the time to share with your own family members. You're not getting the time to share with the children that are supposed to be molded by you, the parents. Now, there will be a lot of disobedience in a home. There will be a lot of disrespect in a home. And those are the things that bring about a lot of challenges emotionally, socially, and you find children in that home cannot relate with anyone in a community. So those are the things that will bring about a lot of challenges in that home. And at the end of the day, when those children grow up, how do you think they will be? There are the children right now who are depressed. There are the children right now who have a lot of anxiety in their schools. Go to school, the child is depressed. Go to school, the child has anxiety. Go at home, the mother is stressed because they haven't bought them a new car. You can imagine. The father is stressed because he hasn't yet got money to buy the wife a new car. So those are the problems of those kinds of people. Not that I'm stereotyping.
But that's what is happening, really.
But unfortunately, that is what is happening. And when we need to talk about things that are real, that is real. And it is causing a lot of anxiety within homes. It is causing a lot of uncertainty within homes. And that is why you see the numbers are coming high. It's not because the poor man doesn't have anxiety or depression or all that, but this one is susceptible because they have access to most of the things that cause them anxiety. So that's what I can talk about.
Well, I want advice from you as a man. And we're in private, not on camera, much as the camera is on. We have men who have been losing a lot of weight. And when they lose weight, why they are losing weight is that this man gave birth to a child outside of his marriage. And it's taken him about 5 years, and it's eating him up. And he can't reveal this to the wife. I come to you. I need you to advise me. What do I do? One, I fear my wife, but I want to bring my child out. But I do not know how it is done. And this has taken me 5 good years. I'm telling you issues of men, okay? These are issues of men that end up causing us mental health. Where we have the pressure from the other girl that my child must be known by your family. And now me, I'm in between as a man. I'm not man enough to speak out. If a fellow man approaches you as a therapist, I would call you, how would you advise me to go about this challenge? Men's issues are not always big. Such a simple thing can cause my mental health.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, Brian. And these are very many cases that are happening within our society.
Yeah.
And we need to sit back and see how we can handle them, not as individuals, but as a society. Because if you're a father or if you're a man and you have gotten a child outside of your marriage, there are reasons why you did that. Now,
you become a man to man.
Yes, this is being man to
man. To man, yes.
There are reasons why you went there.
Yeah.
If it was a mistake,
yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But it is not the problem of the child.
Yes.
So, like we always say in our beliefs and the cultural norms, they always tell you to man up.
Yes.
But me, I'm not going to tell you to man up.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, do you know who you are? Do you know the reason why you did that?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable with that child that you got out?
Yes.
Because he's your child or she's your child.
Yes.
So after understanding all that, who you are, because when you know yourself, when you know your identity,
yes.
and you know who your family is, yes. I don't think there is a problem disclosing. Because first of all, you've already disclosed to me yes. that you have a child outside.
Yeah.
That is half solved now.
Yes.
Now you need an approach to talk to your wife.
Yes.
She is your wife. Good or bad. You may see the child as a problem, but it is a good thing.
Yes.
So you sit down as adults, as mother and father, because that child will need a father. That child will need a mother. If you bring them into your home, she will need a mother, she will need a father. Yeah. Both of you at the same stage. Yeah. Don't look at yourself, look at the child. What will happen? So it is not about you right now. It's about the child.
There are men who have no that capacity to approach their wives. There are very many. You may see these men in suits.
Yes, true.
They wear suits, but when they enter the house, the big boss takes over. And that big boss is the wife, not so. They may not have that capacity. But you as a therapist, sorry to use that word, but I mean, you give therapy, not so?
Yeah.
Have you had sessions where you decide with the man and say, you know what, let's hit this challenge head on, call your wife, and we resolve the matters here so that we rescue you from going through deep suffering out there? Have you done that? And is there a possibility that if a man approaches you and says, let's bring my wife, I want to declare this in front of my wife, sir, if they beat me, or if they tell me don't come back to my house, the man will either keep where he declared the news, or he will choose to do that. Are there sessions? Do you think a man can do that? Is it part of resolving the matters?
Yeah, that is the thing that happens within couple counseling.
Yes.
With couple counseling, when a man or a woman comes to you, you do not counsel them alone.
Yes.
You first counsel one. You give therapy to one. Yes. You understand their problem. You understand where it came from. Yeah. But from the beginning, you inform them. Yeah. Since you've come here as one or a wife, if need be, at a later stage, if your problem needs me to invite your husband, I would invite your husband. If the challenge we are handling right now needs me to invite your wife, I would invite your wife. Yes, it happens. And we shall invite the wife, and we shall break the news. to her, both of us. Not that I will break it because you're the one who did it.
Yeah.
You have to break it.
Yeah.
So, but of course now,
Now the man is put in the hot soup again. Maybe they want to break it.
no, you see, with the therapy, it
Yeah.
is a journey.
It's a journey, right?
It is a
Yeah, it's a
journey.
process.
It is not something that happens one time or two times or
Yeah.
three times, depending on the issue you're handling.
Yes.
There are issues that need 2-3 sessions. There are issues that need 20, 50
Yeah,
sessions.
to resolve these matters. Yes.
So if you really love your wife and you really want your family and you're ready to work on it, that is something that is good. First of all, reaching out, which I encourage.
Yeah.
Reach out, seek help. Not from, cause not from the normal
Circles.
people,
Your
not from
circles,
your
people who know
circles.
you.
You
Yes.
see, previously we used to have what we call lay counselors.
Yes.
People who have the experience, maybe our grandfathers,
Yeah.
maybe people who have been there for some time and have gone through different challenges. So they have the experience to offer
Yeah.
the advice.
Yeah.
But now, if you want it to be therapeutic,
Yeah.
if you want it to be professional and you reach out to a counselor, you reach out to a therapist, then you allow them to take you on a journey where you will be able to see different perspectives with your help, because I'm not there to advise you, I'm
Yeah.
not there to help you, but I'm there to show you that there are different ways of looking at things
Yeah.
and of making decisions. I will not make the decision for you,
Yeah.
but I will help you see the things in different ways,
Yeah.
and you choose.
Wow. I'm representing the men. Another man comes to you.
Yeah.
This man, these are issues we get as men as we
Yeah.
speak, but
Yeah.
they don't want to speak out in public.
Yeah.
A man comes to you. We'll go back to the other side of the conjugal rights.
Yeah.
I know many people who are watching. They should know these are some of the things men go through, and they can't speak out.
Yeah.
They even fear to go to a fellow man.
Yeah.
And even say, "Man, I have not been with my wife for the past 2 years, but I can't even tell the sister, the mother. I can't tell the in-laws. I can't tell my own brother. The woman rejected me. Yes, you may accuse me that I have a child out of my wedlock, but I've not had with my wife. We're just keeping the ring.
Yeah.
And this has been eating me up. And this is the reason why I keep in bars. This is the reason why I keep out there." So the men out there who are going through that challenge, you as a therapist, what do you advise a man going through this, where they can't break the ice to anyone? What should they do? In case I'm going through that challenge, how do I approach it? And where do I go for this kind of hope without feeling your self-low esteem?
If there's a man who is feeling like that, if there's a man who is out there, I want to tell you right now, you're not alone. And it is okay not to be okay. That is what I want you to know. And there is help for these kinds of situations. All you need is to reach out. There is help, and reaching out is not a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
It is a sign of strength. And like we always say, a problem shared
Is a problem solved.
is a problem solved. So if you need help, come out. There are spaces that are there to help you. We are here to help you. I am here to help you. Yeah. You need somebody who will listen to you. You need somebody who will be present. You need somebody who will not judge you because of what you have done. And they are there. So reach out to any of them, reach out to us, and we'll offer the help that you need.
Yeah. Wonderful. Another scenario I'll give you different scenarios. I have a couple got married, and as they walked the journey 3-4 years, this woman realized that she had got married to somebody who is going through bipolar. And in the inception of my marriage, she could not actually identify it. She could not believe that the gentleman is going through bipolar. when a person who is going through with a person, either he has a wife who is bipolar or the husband who is going through the bipolar, how do you help such a person? In this case, the man may not approach you, maybe. But this is the woman who is out there and wants the husband to be helped.
Yeah.
But fears retaliation from the husband. How do you tell the wife to approach this? From which angle can they approach this? To lead the husband to you, the therapist.
Yeah. Like we had this same discussion earlier on.
Yes.
The wife coming out to me telling me that the husband is struggling with bipolar disorder.
Yes.
That is the first step, the man's healing and to her own healing.
Yes.
Because also herself, she's struggling,
Yeah.
struggling with the stress
Yes.
that the disorder brings
to her and
to
the family,
her and the family at large. Yes. So her reaching out will help and will show her, will psychoeducate and teach her on ways on how to cope with the challenges that a husband brings because of a disorder.
Yeah.
So when she's aware of these challenges, when she's aware of everything that she sees and how to handle it, as we journey with her, we'll show her the need for husband to be brought.
Yeah.
And like I told you, when it is a couple, you inform them from the beginning.
Yeah.
That yes, I'm going to have these sessions with you, but where need be to have your husband here, we will invite him and he can tell us or we can help him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her reaching out is a testament of strength. Her reaching out is a testament that she needs to help the husband.
Yeah.
And she's the only one who can do that for him in case he doesn't want that help.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that those who have reached out have gotten further than helping the husband or anyone else, despite the challenges they are struggling with in a home, they have gotten the help they need to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, as we conclude, in your spaces with your experience that you've gone through, tell us, what are the challenges that you've faced trying to improve the man out there? The clear challenges, because if the man out there is watching, he should also know that there are challenges even when you try to help him. What are those challenges that you're facing in trying to speak about mental health, specifically for the man? Because we never or we rarely reach out.
Of course, number one is stigma. The man doesn't want to seek for help. You see, even a man can be having a headache, but he refuses to go and get Panadol and swallow it.
Yeah.
So now you think somebody who is not, because with mental health distresses, there are things that you do not see with your eyes.
Yeah.
You're battling something right now, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm battling with something.
Yeah.
They are battling with something.
Yes.
But you cannot see it.
Yeah.
Maybe when I have a wound, I can see it and tell you, Brian, you go and they check out that wound.
Yeah.
But something that you cannot see with your clear eyes will be so hard.
Yes.
Because those are things that we have always thought are for the weaklings,
Yes.
are for the emotional people. But everything that a human being goes through, you're a man, you are a human being, not just a man. And the challenge, they think it is just to play around. But this is serious. There are people who are struggling with very many things,
Yeah.
and they do not know them. You're struggling with depression, you're there, you've lost interest in your work,
Yeah.
you've lost interest in things that you used to make you happy.
Yeah.
You're there, you cannot even eat.
Yeah.
You have no energy, your mood is down.
Yeah.
When somebody comes and tells you you must be stressed or
Yeah.
depressed, I cannot be depressed. That's what men usually do.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling men is that, like I said before, it is okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
And it is okay to seek for help. It is not a sign of weakness, guys.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It is a sign of courage. And it takes courage for somebody to ask for help.
Yeah.
So I encourage you, if you're there struggling in your house, if you're there struggling at home, if you're struggling with relationships with your children, struggling with relationships with your wife, with your girlfriends, it is okay. Seeking help is not a problem. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness. So come out, seek the help from the right people, and the help will be given to you. Do not think that there are people who are out there not to listen. We are there to listen.
Yes.
We are there to be present. All you need is you to come out and say, I need help. Wow. And you get the help that you need.
Wow. Thank you so much. What's your vision in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I want to see men come out in huge numbers. Because I know men are there dying inside.
Yeah.
I know, I've seen them. Yeah. I interact with men all the time. I can look at you and tell you, Brian, you're going through this, but you don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So my vision is to see men come out and talk about their issues. It is not bad to talk about what you are going through. Yes. It is not bad. These things of going to bars and you drink with Brian one or two and you tell him, you know what, Brian, I've been struggling with this problem. Yeah. That is not help. Yeah. That is not help. Yeah. It will help you for 2 days. Yeah. But the next day when Brian is not there, you will stay in your bed. You will not go back to work. So my vision is to see a vibrant country full of men who can talk about their issues freely. Yeah. And not think that talking about their emotions, talking about their struggles is a weakness. That is all I want to see. That is what I'm striving for. That is why I have decided to give the rest of my life to a man to help them with their struggles. I didn't talk about much about myself. Yeah. But the reason why I came into this space is because I battled something in 2023. I went through a bad surgery and I had a post surgery that took forever to heal. Yeah. And after healing and going back to work, I had a mammoth of men coming to me. Instead of them telling me, Jude, sorry, guy, it was bad or on your side, now they were pouring on me their issues. Yeah. But previously I had seen it. You know, something that you see happening, but you don't know why it is happening. People are coming to you, men are coming, even ladies coming to you, telling you whatever they are struggling with. Yeah. So I was like a sponge, taking in their struggles, taking in their problems, and advising through my own experience. Yeah. So I chose to go back to school, to learn this. Not that I'm speaking out of my own experience, but I speak with professionals. Yeah, with a lot of knowledge that I've acquired. I'm still in school. Yeah. And I chose to study this and understand what a human being is, understand what a human mind is, and understand how I can be of help to a human being, especially a man, from a point of knowledge, not a point of only experience. So when I integrate both, I can be of great help to my fellow man, I can be of great help to the whole world. So that's the reason why I took this on. That is my vision, to see a happy man who is willing to share, who is willing to heal, who is willing to rise from the struggles that they are going through.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure having Jude Gumoshabe. Gumoshabe means always pray. This is, I think, what I get from your name.
Yeah.
Before you conclude, you do these services. Is it online? You have systems? If somebody wants to find you, how do they get to you? I know you're on LinkedIn. You're doing a lot of work. Guys, he's doing a lot of work on LinkedIn. But is it only LinkedIn? How do people find you? And if a man out there, we're speaking about men, they want to go through you and they want to be helped, how do they find you?
We have, I've had an office at main post office building, but we are going through changes. So I'm shifting actually. Though I'm not yet sure on which building to go in, but I will be around town. But as of now, you can get me at Span House. When you reach there and give me a call, you can find me and we talk. And as we move on, of course, I don't think this will be my last conversation with Brian. I will be updating you on where you can find me. But I'm fully on LinkedIn. You can DM me whatever you want to tell me, and I will share my number with Brian, which he will share.
Please go ahead and share your number, please.
So your number. If you want to reach out to me, you can get me on 0700 387 256. I will repeat that again. 0700 387 256. Thank you so much, Brian, for hosting me. And I'm glad I was able to share and add on the voices that are talking about mental health, which is very critical at this moment.
Wow, thank you so much, guys. Mental health for men. The man did not suffer. The men are there to help you out. No matter what you're going through, stop the ego, reduce the ego, and develop that power to actually seek help. A man that seeks help does not mean that you're lowering your who you are, but actually you're showing your strength. That I have done what I can, and I feel I can't do it. Can somebody come in and give me another perspective on how I can help myself go through the challenges that I'm going through? It's about improving the lives of men, families, and the whole world. Once the men are mentally okay, the world will be definitely okay. If a house, a home has a man who's going through mental health issues, I will tell you the truth that that home will have a lot of challenges left and right. And the companies that we are running, if you're out there, you're a CEO, you're an MD, you're a founder, you're everywhere, you need to be in the right state of mind for you to have your companies successful. Jude Gumoshabe will lead you through all that. Thank you and enjoy our next podcast.